نعم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته والحمد لله رب العالمين. We do thank Allah Ta'ala that made it easy for us to meet again. So by Allah's grace, we've been able to take two lessons already. So this is going to be the third lesson. So may Allah make it easy for us to finish what we started. And not only that, it should also make it easy for us to what? To gain his pleasure from what we are learning. Anything we are learning as Muslims, we should be doing that. Not just learning it for learning sake. We should have the intention. Especially if that thing is not something that is having to do with the deen. If I learn the Quran, the intention should be I'm learning it for Allah's sake. Not because I was forced to learn it or because I just want to learn it. No. So but when it comes to knowledge that are not Islamic knowledge, you get so you can actually uh you can actually have the intention that we are learning that thing for what? For the sake of what? For the sake of the deen too. Very, very possible. And it will even earn us reward if we actually do that. That's because if you have the intention, okay, oh, I've been seeing so many designers design graphics for people, and I always see them using inappropriate images. So if I also enter into the field and I want to start making design for people, and they say, okay, help me add a woman like this, we will say, "Ah, no, this is not good, this is not good." So some people are falling for this because they are not aware that it's not even good in the Sharia. So if you have the intention, okay, maybe after I finish learning, I'll be able to educate people on these things. When they want to give me those jobs, I will educate them on why it is going there. And I also give them alternative. Okay, why don't we even use this instead? It's also very, very possible. So that's one of the reasons why we should also try to go into all these things. So may Allah bless it for us and make it easy from start to finish. I mean, so not with our time, let's go into what we have for today, inshallah. So I already showed us how to navigate through Canva, and if I already showed us how to create designs. Yes. So we can now create a design. Just come to this create over here, click on it, and it loads this pop-up. So you can choose the size you want. But for now, we'll still be working with this, we're using the logo for now. So just that square size for now. So when it's time for us to start using bigger sizes or different sizes, we would also go to that. But at least we already have the knowledge on that. So let me also introduce us to, okay, I think we've done this before basically regarding some things that have to do with designing. So we'll be taking those concepts one by one, inshallah, so that we won't rush. And at the same time, we won't be too slow. So if we look at the let me leave it from this. Let me import an element, for example. So let's say I want to add a circle okay, let me add a square. So let me see. Okay, so these are shapes. If you click on any of the shapes, it should add it here automatically. So you can see I already have the shape over here. Let me add another shape again. Let me add another one. Also, apart from adding through this method, you can also duplicate an existing element. You can delete this. If you click on this, I don't know if I've already explained this before, but let me take it from here. So this one is going to add comment. Maybe you are working on something and others too might want to look at it later, or maybe you might want to keep it for the sake of to mention next time. I want to know why I put this there. So you can add comment to it. So then we have this, you can lock it. So I'm trying to explain this interface for us. So you can lock it. You click on lock now. So it means that element is not what? Is not editable. It's not movable. So if you're working on something I don't want to mistakenly misposition that element. So you should lock it, and you can unlock it by clicking on this place. Then this is duplicate. If you click on this, it creates a duplicate of that particular element which you can actually move around. So you can see they are now two. You can duplicate it again. So you can just move it by double tapping or long pressing to move it, as the case may be. So we have three already. Then what else again? This is delete, basically to delete. So let's click on this again. You see these three dots we have here. You click on these three dots, you will see other options of things you can do. You can scroll up and down to see. So now we have copy. So let's start from this place. So for the copy now, if you click on this copy, you would see that it is going to copy to your clipboard. If you can access your clipboard window dot, you can see that what? Oh, sorry, not window dot. Window, oh, sorry. That is for emojis. Window V. Even though I can actually access it, oh, it's not showing yet. So window dot, I can access my clipboard from here to do it here. So if you copy a text, you would see it basically here. So if you copy an element that's not a text, so it's not going to show there. Except maybe you make a screenshot. That is a different case. So now if you click on copy, which I think I did before, click on copy. If you want to paste it, you can use Control V if you're using a laptop. And if you're using your phone too, so Control V, the paste icon is not supported. Why it's supported? Control C, it should paste. Control V, it does. So this is it here. It has pasted it already. So you can actually also manually paste too. You can right click on your screen on any of these elements, click on this element and open this particular three line. So you can see paste here too. So or maybe you want to paste, you can also come to if you're using your phone, it is not showing on the laptop here. But if you're using your phone, if you click on the parent container, this box over here, if you click on it, you will see that three dots, this same three dots that are seen here, you will see it on top as well. So when you click on it, you can click on these three dots and click on paste as well. It will paste the copied elements as you can see over here. Okay, so they are getting too much. Let me delete some of them. So let's do continue from these three dots. So you can copy style too. For example, let me import a different shape. If I import this now, so and you can also type into shapes too. I'm coming for that. Let's say for example now you have this particular shape having a color. So when we talk of styles, it means the design you've added to that particular element. If you want to give this element the same style as this element, how do you do that? So you can copy the style, come to this place, click on copy style. If you want to paste the style, click on this place. Okay, automatically it does that. Meanwhile, if you're using your phone, if you're using your phone, it is a different scenario. I'm going to still show us. Basically, this should be the phone first. But since I'm using a laptop with a simulation of an Android phone, so it is still running the basic activities, I mean the basic environment of a laptop. I think that's why we're having this. I never knew it was even going to be like this, but no problem. So when you copy the style on your button phone, for example, not button phone, no, on your phone, and you do copy style, if the laptop, clicking alone does it, but if you're on your phone, so you have to come to the element here, click on the element like this, then click on these three dots, then you can now see there should be a paste style there also. So if you click on paste, it's going to paste the element again, but there's actually paste style, and there's something you can use to copy style too. You see this stuff over here, see this thing. If you click on this element and you click on this, it has copied the style. I think this is the one I use. So if you want to paste that style on different element, just come to the element and click on it. Merely clicking on it will do it too. Click on it and it changes the color. You can understand that now. So for example, now let's say we have this like this, and you copy the style. So once you click on this like this, you're going to what, change the style. Style includes the color. So if you have a text too, or the font of a particular text, I think we should particularize that. So let's take a text, for example, click on heading. So this text now, let me give it a color of, let me give it a color, let's say color green. So let me duplicate this text. So we have two different texts. Let me give this one a very big size, so bigger. Let's say 200. Enter. Okay. You want to copy this style now. Click on the element and click on what? Come to this place. So you can see, click on it, and if you click on this next element, it changes the size. And also, even if it has a color too, it changes the color too. So that's basically what copy does. So I'm still coming to this because text also have extra features that can come with it, which I will also explain for. So if you click on this now and continue with this, you can see we have duplicates. Basically, we've done this before. We have deletes. We've done this before as well. Then we have select multiple. So for example, you want to select many elements at once, so that you can actually group them together to be into like you want to select elements together. So I started into it. Let me explain for before I do it. This is the, for example now you have this. This one of things we'll be using a lot. Let me delete this. One of the things I can also do, just move it away from this place. This is not ideal. Delete instead. Meanwhile, it has gone. So just delete. And let me delete this too. So we are still on the interface of Canva. One thing you also need to know about Canva is that what it has this alignment something something. So I would also explain this. So you can see it's in the middle, vertically and horizontally. It's in the middle like this. Okay, here you can also see. So if you want to put this text inside this place, let me increase this size to contain the text. So let me move this into it. So you can see I can also align the text to be inside the box, and it should be aligned inside too. Oh, sorry. So you can actually use Control Z if you want to maybe undo something you've done before. So why is it not going? That is for laptops though. I don't know why it is not working on. I don't know. This some keys are not even functioning on this blue stack. That's why. So now I've added it. And yes, if you want to undo, yes. Look at this place. I'm still coming back here too. This is undo. You can undo, you can redo as well. Undo and redo. So now I've done this. If I now want to move this, you see it's aligned already. And I want to move this to the center. If you click on this and move this, oh sorry, let me undo. You see it will move only the box. It is not moving the text. So how do we move both of them at the same time without having to be aligned again? For example, now you want to use this for maybe like the bottom, whereby you now have this in the bottom like this, it's possible. So how do you do that? You click on one of those elements you want to group together. Click on maybe this one. Then come to this place, click on this three dots. Then you see select multiple. Click on it. Then you now want to select other elements you want to add to the group, which is the heading in this case. Click on the heading. After clicking, so click on done. Or you can even click on group from here. That one is just to close the that notification. So if you click on group from this place, it's going to group the element and they become one like that. So anywhere you're moving them to, they are both moving together. You can see. So if you resize this now, see that sorry, you see that by resizing, the text is getting smaller because we've grouped them together. So if you increase this, that's the difference in here because you're increasing the width of the box, but you're increasing the overall dimension. It covers both of them. So you can now bring this to the bottom. Maybe you want to use in the bottom, and you can now read the side as well. Things like this. Aha. So that's for how to group, and you can also ungroup as well. You can ungroup, so it's not like a permanent something that you can't undo. You have to use. You don't have to undo. Click on this place. You can see we have ungroup. Click on ungroup. It will split them. And also, if you are grouping, be careful. For example, now let me duplicate this. You see, my normal keyboard keys are not working. I think I just discovered that now because this is actually is a mobile an Android phone. You get. So let me just duplicate from here. So let's say we have this now. You can actually group this and this together. Very, very possible. So select this and come to this place to select multiple. So select multiple, then click on this. So there are actually also keyboard keys for Canva. Let me write it down so I can actually remember to send them to you guys so that you'll be able to what to also learn those ones too. Like the keyboard keys that if you want to maybe select multiple, you can use you can click on the first one. For example, you click on this first one, then you now click on shift. You know the way you select multiple on your laptop normally. So it also works like that. Let me quickly jot down something. So Canva shortcut key. So I'm going to find the more like a worksheet and I'll send to you guys inshallah. So now you can group this. You've grouped this already. You can actually group this with these two. Just click on this and what come to this place and click on group. So select multiple. Then click on these two. Then you can also group like this. So anyway, you're moving this, they are both going together. Now, when grouping, I think you should be careful with something. You can ungroup these two. So if you want to remove this from the group, click on ungroup. It will remove this from the group. So you can actually also come over to this place and group this particular text, maybe mistakenly, which is not something you should even do. Click on this place and click on this three dot, select multiple. You now click on this one too. You now group. Instead of grouping with the bottom one, once you move this one, you're moving the text too with it because you've grouped them together. You get, so don't make that mistake. So let's ungroup them and they become different or different. So let's you continue from this place again. Then we have align to page. So when it comes to alignment, we are coming to this too. You can align the element to be on the left part of the screen, which is on the left side. Basically, you can just move soft life. You see. So you can also let me see, align to page, center of the page. So this is another center of the page. This is center. Center not to page you. You know we have vertical alignment and horizontal alignment. Vertical is having to do with that straight line. How is it in the middle vertically? Is it in the middle horizontally? These are things you also, but from here you should get what they're trying to say from you. So let's leave that alone. We don't really have business with that. Then create component, it is premium, so not even, or if you are using premium. Then for comments, so let's say we want to add a comment. Let's say this is the let's say okay, this is the text. Yeah. So this is the text. So we want to add it as a comment. So this is useful for reference sake actually. If you're working on a project, I like the way Canva is structured such that it looks like maybe all this Figma or so. Find out more what Figma is. So for example now we are working on something and you are in a team and you want your team member to see the comments you've added. Maybe you want to tell them that this box is supposed to be color green, oh, and you want them to change it. So just add it. You get. So when they come and they see, oh, somebody commented on it, if you click on it, you can see your comment. You get. If they now want to resolve the comment, they can see. Maybe they've done what you want them to do already. So they can click on that particular line and it removes the comment because as it's here already, like we resolved it. If you've used Figma before, you should know about this. Okay, so what else again do we have here? We have lock. Okay, I've showed us this before. These are some of the keys. Control Alt N. You get. So you can. I'll return the keys, inshallah. Then we have link. So maybe you have a text. Canva also allows you to create not only pictures and videos. It allows you to create maybe all these Word documents too, or maybe a resume that you can export as PDF. You know PDFs are clickable. You can click on a text link in a PDF. So if you have a text like this, let me duplicate this and bring this here. Let me now say my my resume, for example. Okay, I'll be showing us things gradually. You see this text now. Why is it on two lines? It's because the width of the container of the text box is not as long enough. So you can increase the width. If you're on a text like this, let me delete this. I click on delete. If you're on a text like this, I want to increase the width to make it span just the single line. Just do this. So you can see you can stretch it. You can increase the width. So towards the day, if it has reached the edge of the text, if you move further, it is going to shift the text down. Similar to flex wrap for those that know CSS. So this is the text. You want to add a link to it, just click on this place and you can scroll down to link. So let's say link to let's say google.com, for example. You come in okay, so a link without www.google.com. So display mode, yeah, as a normal link. So then there's embed too. So now when they see this, oops, oh, so there are two ways. Well, I'm seeing this for the first time because I don't really use it. So wow, I've learned something new now. So if you come to this place where is the link, you can edit it from here too. See this icon, pencil icon. So embed means you are trying to bring the content of that particular link that it you are bringing the content to that page. You get you can do the same thing for Facebook too. Let's say for example now you want to bring uh facebook.com. So and it's set to embed, meaning you want to bring the text here. So it's not like it's actually going to bring everything there, which is not possible because it's going to affect your home page. But if you want to make it a clickable link, just put link, set it to link. That's gone again. Oh, just set it to link, and when they click on the link, it takes them to that particular page. So that solves the issue. So that's for link. Then what else again? Let's see. Let's come to the container first. So then we have show element timing. These are for when you want to work on animation. Inshallah, alternative text. This comes with maybe you want to have a particular image, and when it's not showing, maybe for some reason or the other, it's going to show a different text. So add about more HTML to be able to understand it. Then okay, I think this is everything we need to talk about for this section. So if you look at this place too, If you click on a particular element, like a box, for example, you will see this place, edit. So here you can change the size, the shape, sorry, of the element, the shape. So you're going to have three sides, two sides, a circle. So you click on polygon, you change the shape to a polygon. So we have several shapes. So we have basic shapes, then the polygons. You know what polygons are. So you can check all through here. We have stars as well. We have speech bubbles, all the kind of discussion stuff. Then we have clouds, we have arts, banners, teardrops, a lot of them actually. So you see, you should be seeing inspiration on different designs now. Then if you are using a phone, you will see somewhere around, I think it's not showing on the laptop here. You will see something like how many shapes should it have? You'd see that one today. So basically, inshallah, I would still make a screen record with my phone so that I would compare what we've seen here to what we would see on the phone, on a normal phone. This is a fake phone actually. Then you can see where you can change the color. So I showed us this one in last class. You can change the color green, color white, invisible, so color white. Then here is going to add border or stroke. Here means no border. If you cancel, here means the word a normal lined border, normal border. So this is the width of the border, like the thickness of the border. You can see, I'm sure you are seeing the border. That is the border. So or we call it stroke. This is dotted or and dashed. Sorry, dashed. So you increase it, you can see that it's dashed. Another type of dashed. So you can see again. This is dotted. So dot 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 dot. Aha. So that's for that. If you want to now change the color of the border or the stroke, you would see once you add, if you take this to nothing now, you would see that the color has gone. But you put this in this, you see that it has added the color to it. So click on the color. So let's say we want to give it the border of this color. You can see. Then this is for the radius, the corner rounding. So the radius here to have sharp edge, here to have a rounded edge. So how many sides? Okay, this is what I was trying to show us before. So I never knew it was even there since different interface. So you can see it has three sides. If you move it, four sides, you get a square or a rectangle. Five sides, a triangle. Don't forget we've added the corner radius. That's why it's like this. Then six sides, hexagon. Seven sides, heptagon, octagon, nonagon, decagon. You see, gone. See, you have a circle. So you can see it looks like a circle now. Even though the ìpínlẹ̀ is not a circle. You zoom where you see that it has sides, so it looks like a circle, but it's not a circle. So that's for this. Then this one is opacity, the transparency. I'm using terminologies from programming or from CSS. So you can see it wants to be bright 100%. Also this, when it comes to colors here, you can use the upper arrow key to continue going and lower arrow key. You get that is also possible. Then opacity is basically the brightness or how clear it is. You can see it's very transparent here. So once it keep increasing, that's when. Then you can do something for text too. For text too. So you can increase and decrease it. So depending on what you want. Okay. Then let's click on this again. Then we have effects. These are basically things we learn later, inshallah. Let me jot it down. Effects and animation. These are like advanced stuff, inshallah. So you'll be adding this to your elements too, if you want to. So click on effects. You can add many effects. For example, now a drop, you would see the difference. So you are seeing the difference already. So there are a lot of them you can actually add to the elements. This is another one again. You can change the color of this too. You can see the color. Just click on it and it opens the color. Another one again. You can see. So all these neon design. So see another one again. See this too. So a lot of them actually. So you can just choose to use them as you want. So but these are advanced things we'll talk on later on, inshallah. Then we have animate too. We'll talk on animations too later, inshallah. So appear on click, for example. Maybe you want to make an element appear when you click on it. So maybe you want to make, you can use Canva to do, let me remove it back. You can use Canva to do what is it called? Slideshows too. Canva is very useful for so many things. You can use to make slideshows, maybe or a pitch deck. You want to pitch a product, you want to make an discussion, a presentation, you can make Canva, make use of Canva to do these things too. So let's go back to where we stopped. Position. One very important part of designing alignment. I talked about that earlier. So for example now, this particular one, let me Let me remove this effect. You can remove effect. Just click on remove effect and it removes the effect. Since we have another effect set up, I don't know which one I clicked on. So I think that's all. Hey, oops. Okay, I guess it was for me. I don't know. I think there's still an effect on, or is it the color? Oh, this is the color on its phone. Oh, all right. So let me change this to this. Okay. So let's say for example now, let me remove this and duplicate this. Let me see how many minutes we've spent so far. It's 25 minutes, so we'll be running up inshallah. So let's say for example now you have two elements and this particular one is having a color of green. I want to put one over one. Let me remove this and put this instead. So let's say for example something like this. So you have this and this. If you want to make the green appear on top of this, how do you do that? So if you move it, you see it is not moving. The one you will create first will be on that. That's like default. So the one you create last will be on top. So that's why if you want to change the order, click on the element on the change order and click on position. So on the phone or mobile view, it is in the footer side, like under the screen, this side. You would keep scrolling. I will show you the interface inshallah so you can see what it looks like. I mean, I'll make a small screen record on my phone. I'll now play it on the laptop so you can actually see the bigger. So you have two things there. We have arrange and we have layers. So come to arrange first. Arrange is that the element, this one is on top. That is why we are we are seeing this forward is not showing. If you want to move the element backward, just click on backward, takes it to the back. So you can see. You just move forward, bring forward to back. You can see. Okay. Then I like to page down what you saw before. We don't need to talk on it again. Then advanced like the width and the height. Even though. So you can see you can change all this one. As for the aspect ratio, you can't change the aspect ratio. Yeah, you can change the aspect ratio of elements. You can fix aspect ratio. Let me say it like that. But for the width of the container, maybe you also change this to to a bigger size, like something as big, like you want to increase the width of the container. This is not possible. Aspect ratio. Let me click on it again. Let's come back to it. Aspect ratio is like you want to have a particular size, a particular element that is having maybe 1:1, for example, meaning the width and the height are the same thing. You get. Let me use a square to show us so that we can understand better. Let me change this to a square. Let me change it to a square. Okay. Let me just change it to 4 and click on enter. So let's come to this place now. If you fix the aspect ratio, it means as you are changing something here, this one too is changing. Like I don't know how to explain it better, but you fix the aspect ratio, meaning that what as the width is increasing, the corresponding height too should also follow. Even if you use a rectangle for this, even if you use a rectangle for this, as we have it here, the weight that goes with the height is what will keep changing to. So now you can see you have a how to change it. But if you want to change the width to, let's say for example, you are changing the width to maybe 500. As you are changing the width, the height is changing. The height that fits the width that will make it have that ratio of what? Maybe 1:1, 1:2, 2:5. So if you click on enter, you can see it has changed. But if you unlock the aspect ratio, it means you can change the width and height as much as you want without one affecting one. So you can change the width 500 and leave the height at what 1000 or you see, and it is not affected. But if you enable this, you have fixed a ratio already. This ratio is set up already. If you want to change the width must conform. This is not like what 500 1000, like 1:2. 1:2. Like 500 is half of 1000. So if you are changing this to let's say 250, you'll be having to have 500 then 250, you can see 500. To ensure that what click on enter and it becomes smaller. To ensure that you don't go beyond that ratio. So you can read more on aspect ratios to have an understanding of this. Then for rotate, so rotation means you want to change the direction what do we call down. So let's say 90 degrees now, for example. Oh, this is not rotation. This is okay. This is a sorry, rotate. This is another way of positioning element. The position. If you look at the cardinal x y axis, so zero. If you put it to zero now, for example, it means on the x axis it is on zero, meaning it is on the extreme end. If you take the XY axis, that plot, the man plot, one that be plotting, that plot stuff, and you divide into two, if you pick up the top right part, that's what is it called? If you have a triangle, a right angle triangle, the top right angle triangle, so the zero is the extreme end there. If you want it to be down, down, down under this place, what do? Click on this place. So you set it to what? Zero, 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 zero. Then you bring it to the, oh, that is up. Sorry. So that is from the extreme end. Oh, I think I mixed them together. So zero for the y-axis is on top. Zero for the x-axis is right on this side. Don't forget I said it looks like a right angle triangle, meaning it's coming like this, then going like this. So if you want to change the size again, the location on the x-axis, you can maybe change this again or change this again. So let's say for example, we change this to 100. So it will be located 100 points from the what? From the point of the x-axis. Then for the y-axis, you can change it to 200. So it's going to give it a new location based on what? Based on what you've entered. Even though these are just technical things, you can also resize or move things like this. So this is actually even much more easier than um something like this. So that solves it. And again, since Canva gives all this feature whereby you can actually move and see where it is in correspondence to other elements there, you can put it in the middle of this text so that you can see that it's in the middle of the text now. You make it in the middle in like in this regard too. You can see it is in the middle like this. You can put it in the middle here as well. You can see in the page too. So this already makes it easier for you to work without having to come over to all those positioning. Then one other thing again before I forget, it is this layers. Okay, yeah, rotate. You can rotate something, let's say for example 90 degrees. So it turns it. You can rotate 45 degrees, which is angle. You can see. So you can rotate any one you want. So basically between 0 and what, and 360. So what else again? Let me see. So I think that's everything. Okay, yeah, layers. So layers, like all the things we have on that particular page will be shown here. This long white one is the main container of the page. So you can also change the color, like the background color of the entire page. Come to this page and maybe change it to, let's say, black, for example. So change the entire background color of the main box to black. Then where is the layer? Come on, layer. Let's click on this again. So you can come to it from this place. Where is that? Uh oh, since it's not showing up yet. So that's the difference between the desktop and the mobile view. So layers. So you can see, you can select them from here. You can select from here as well. You can do some things from here to click on this place. The same three dots you have here, you can also do it from here too. Then overlapping. So maybe you want to, also it's also very important for you to also know that there are some elements that if you put them on one that it will not show. For example, now you're not trying to bring this, let's say for example now, we are bringing this on this showing. If you want to move this to the back, how do you do it? You've done that already from the position. So you can move one thing to the back, one thing to the front. This is also useful when you want to cover something too. We'll talk on all these things too, inshallah. So I think that is all for the particular part. So we can stop here. We have spent enough time already. So I'm thinking I want to do it as an assignment for today. So we did an intro to the layout. So the last one was on to give different shapes and you should label the shapes. So for today, inshallah, what should we do? What should we do? What should we do? I think I showed us how to import images already, how to add images. So it's coming to this place. Let me see. Upload. Come to upload and click on upload files. Then you should work add the image. So now you're going to add images to your project. So you create an empty file, remove this, or you can just delete it. So create an empty page and import an image. Then caption the image. For example, you can say an image of an or of an ant, or an image of a boy, or image of a house. Add image to it. Then the text too. If you haven't add two different images, the first image should have a caption. The second image should be on the next page, and it should have a different font on the text too. So you know you've learned some things on editing. So if you're adding an image, for example, let me also show something. Let's say for example now I'm adding, let me see, if I'm adding this image, for example, let's say I'm adding this now. Don't forget the color you should be adding to should blend though. Aha. Don't worry about this though. So we're having this image now. Then you add a caption. Caption I'll use, let me put the caption down. So you can say uh image of a, let's say, of a badge. And don't forget, I already said before that you can increase the width. Just don't press this. So it must be, but if it's very very long, you can make it so that it won't be as if it cannot be long and come over here. So you can reduce this and take it further. So put it in the center. It should be aligned too. Very very important. We've learned alignment already. Your image too should be aligned. You can see it should be aligned too. You can see this in the middle. So it should be in the middle. Same thing here too. It should be aligned as well. Should be in the middle. So you can see it is in the middle like this. So image of a badge. You can give it a color. The color must be among the colors that we have here in the image. So if I'm adding the color, one thing that makes Canva very very good, that if you come to this place to change the color, it is going to show you the colors you already have in the image. So just come down, you will see photo colors, many colors in the photo already. So this is actually the image. Scan maybe like give you the color so that if you want to work on something, you won't be using colors that are not in the image. For example, if you have a logo and you want to make a flyer, the logo colors should also be in the flyer basically, either as a text somewhere or as a box somewhere. So it makes it very easy for you. Instead of having to go and look for what is the color name, then you just click on this, change it to the color. You can change it to white as well. You can change it to this color as well. You can see we have several colors you can change it to. Just pick one of the colors here. Then go to the next one as well. Create a new page. Also the background. You can leave the background though. So add a new page again. Ensure it is aligned. Very, very important. Don't forget you can also do so many other things too. Also, not only that, add I think it's making sense now. Corner round is not needed because this doesn't have a background. So with the background image, text that have a background, you can add that too. But basically, you should add border to it or stroke. So you can have a stroke. And if you are now adding a stroke, let me show something now. Because different this thing here. Look at this now. So you can see it is having this square. It's having square here. So basically, it's because the image itself is a square. So just that it had no background. So this again, you can also add the corner radius now. You would see it now. So you can also add this to it. You see it's looking very, very, very beautiful now. What can you add again? Let me see. Aha, other things that you can also do. You can also, oh, subhanallah, let me pick these things now. This is an image, Abby. This is an image. You click on edit. So maybe you want to, let me remove this. Maybe you want to change the image. You can also change the image too. So I think if you click on it, you see replace image also. Oh, sorry, it's not here. Wow, things look so different. But there's the replace background. That's not what we're actually going to. So I thought there used to be a replace image. So you can just, or was it right click? So you can just change the image if you want to. So if when you click on this edit, you would see, oh, sorry, you would see some image editing features. Some of them are not, some of them are free. Others are what are paid. So you have to kind of using premium. So basically, these are the free ones you can actually use reloading. So you can also go through them. You can add filters too, which is basically going to change like the color or so. You can see changing the color. So this one has spoiled it. Let's leave it to none. So that is for edits. I forgot to also take this before. Then you can also crop images too. Maybe you want to remove some parts. I'm coming to this. Let's take this first. You can resize an image from this part. You can see you can move like this to change what you want to appear. So you can actually resize the image like this. So at the end, if you click on done, you'll be having this now. With the gate in your code. So Control Z off undo. So if you also want to click again and click on crop. So if you come to this place, so smart crop. If you want to crop something and you want it to too small. So cropping based on the aspect ratio basically. So freeform means you can move it like this, like this, like this. That's a freeform. But for original, leave it like that. 1:1, it will make it a square. So with a very big image like a rectangle, it will change it to what? To 1:1. Basically, it will change to a square. This one change to a rectangle, 16:9. So you can see rectangle can't be a square, so it can't contain a square, so you shouldn't use it. This is a rectangle, a straight rectangle, or like inverted rectangle. Then this is a bigger one. Rectangle as well, but it is not as long as this. So this also not feasible. These two is similar, upside down. These two is similar. So just like that, we have different sizes, and these are for different screen, different platforms too. You understand this? So let's leave it to free form, and you can so much about it. Let's change it back to normal. So you might have to crop the image that you are using too, if you want to. Then you rotate. You can rotate the image too. You have to rotate it upside down. Very easy. So let's put it back. And as I rotating too, it is also upscaling the image too. So let's cancel. Then what else? Okay, you can add opacity to this as well. You can reduce transparency. Very also possible. Then animate better position. Okay, so you can also move this to the front, to the back, like that. So we've done those ones too already. So I'm trying to see any new thing we've not done. Background remover is not feasible. So what there's a tool to remove background. If you have a background on your text, on your image, leave it for that. Leave it like that for now. Let me jot it down. So in the next class, we would also take that. So there's a particular tool that I'm going to recommend that you can use. It's a free tool to use. Canva is telling us to pay before you can use it. I will show you the free tool you can use to remove background. Very, very easy to use. So that's being said. What else? Basically, I think we are done. So may allow me to for us. See what I've done here. See how beautiful it looks. We are doing this again. So they are giving me two different images. So different images color must match one of the colors that you have here. You can add other text to it. Maybe image of the badge, add a text on it that says this is a blue image with a white border with the silicon shape, to make it better. And a different color that's also in the image as well. Then it should have a background in the big box. Then it should have the what? A stroke or a border, and it should have a color as well. So that is all for now. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make what we've learned today beneficial for us. I mean, count among our good deeds. Nah. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته